Okay, so today we are here with kind of a fun video where we look closely at how does one command influence as a student and acquire power. And this is not for everybody because there are many people who just want to get a good placement after their MBAs and go work their lives, but that's completely fine. Personally, I also want to hold influence and positions of power later in my life. So keeping that in mind, I'm extremely interested about this having influence, power, how all of this works, how does power bend, etc. And this is one of those videos where we'll discuss a bit of that, a bit of what I have researched, and how can you and me hold positions of power and basically do big things in life. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing is I wanted to paint a kind of a picture where we understand basically how the world will look like when we have influence and when we command power. So the first thing is people around you should respect you. Okay, so this is something which I want as well, I aspire for as well. I don't think people talk very openly about these things. I feel they should, but this is something which I feel is extremely important. You want people to respect you. Okay, that's one. Second, when you speak, people listen. I feel that is important, right? If I speak, I want people to shut up and listen. I want that to happen because I want to speak so much sense. I want to speak with so much care that I want people to feel that they want to listen. It's not me imposing them. I want them to listen genuinely. That's second. Third, when you act, people should want to watch you. People should want to look at what you are up to. You should be that interesting. Okay. Fourth, when you are down, people should want to pick you up because you help them in their lives. That's fourth. Fifth, people want to do what you tell them. I feel this is important that you have or command influence to a place where people trust you with your words. People know that if they follow what you say, it will help them. I feel this is extremely important. So these are the five things which I feel paints sort of a good picture of how the world looks like when one has power. And these are not things which people will openly admit or people will openly say. They feel they are bragging or something like that. I personally look at it as a scientist kind of a view or a student where I want to really learn how to get there and how can I use this dimension of life to have a bigger impact in the world. Okay, let's look at the steps. Now, these are steps which I also confirmed with a few industry professionals. I'll be honest, not a lot, but some of this comes from my own personal experience of life because I've particularly seen in the last 4 years of my life, people have naturally promoted me to leadership positions where they want me to be the leader in what they do. So I have sort of tried to understand why this happens. And by doing some actions, I've tried and tested various steps and I've seen that these are the steps that work for this particular outcome that we're looking at. Okay, let's go into the steps. And this is extremely interesting, by the way, at least to me. The first thing is integrity and honesty. So the first thing is, if you look at this, you want people to trust you. Now, trust in this world is extremely difficult to get. How would people trust you and feel safe with your actions and your words? That can only happen if you are honest to them and if you have integrity in the sense what you speak and feel you do. So people know and have the assurance that what you're telling them is true, that is, you're honest, and second, what you're saying you will do. So they have an assurance with you, which means they can now trust you. Okay, that's the fundamental, that's the base of power and influence. Okay, so that's one. That's extremely interesting for me. Second, respect and care for others. So, as I said, you want people to respect you. For that, what do you need to do? You need to respect them and genuinely, you need to care for them. You need to give a damn. Okay. So, when you care for them, you genuinely want to help them in things that they are looking forward to in their lives. And that is what makes people respect you. When you respect them, look, when two people respect each other, You know that you won't take advantage of me and I won't take advantage of you. And that is a relationship which can grow big and be a profitable one. So I feel relationships must be very, very profitable. And for that, mutual respect is a very big thing. So build your relationships on this. I have personally benefited from this very immensely, where people respect me and I respect them and we grow together. And that has been a big component of my life. That's second. Third, when you respect and care for others, what essentially happens is you get very deep insights into their lives. And this gives you ideas as to how can you really help them even better. Okay, so this is what gives you the insights. And the fourth step over here is help them to get to their goals. Now, these are the steps which give you influence. When people recognize that you care for them, you respect them. It's not care in a way that you are above them so you care for them. It's not like that. It's like you are at the same level with them and you still care for them, you respect them, and you have integrity and you're honest to them and you're trying to help them. So this is like a combo which helps immensely in getting respect, giving back respect, doing big things together as a tribe. And this is something which has helped me a lot. These are the steps, okay? Now, along with all of this, I also have written down a few skills or abilities. Not all of these are skills, but this is also extremely interesting. These are like catalysts. If you have these, this can 10x, 100x your power and influence with people. Okay, let's get into this. The first thing is ability to recognize disability. So when you recognize that, okay, you are able in this particular aspect and disabled in this particular other aspect, you know where you need help. So you are scouting for people who know that aspect which you are not so familiar with. What happens there is mutual respect kind of becomes guaranteed because you don't know one thing, so you respect the other person because they know the other thing that you don't know or you're not familiar with. So once you are recognizing that this is my disability and you are able there, you naturally have respect for the other person. This is just fantastic. Okay, these are just core insights which I got through my life and by reading a lot of books. Okay, so I feel if you can just understand and get the excitement and the interest through me through this video, you'll do really great along with me. We're trying to learn over here. Okay, second is communication. There are two parts to this. Communication has to be crisp and it is something which has to be from your heart. It cannot be dry communication of advice or quotes. That doesn't work with people. Okay, when you're talking to people, you have to talk like a person, which means what you say must have heart. It must tug heartstrings. That is how it works. And whatever you say must have substance to it. So it must be very crisp in terms of what you want to say. This is what works in communication. And how can you practice all of this? Just put your phone in front of you, record videos, and watch them back. Get that feedback loop and then get better at it every day by recording more and more videos, getting better. That is what will improve your communication. It's a very big catalyst. Okay. Third, it's the ability of celebration. So I've seen a lot of people when I was in my university for my BTech. I've seen a lot of people who do the right things. Okay, they are just great at what they do, but they don't have influence just because it's so dry the way they do things. If you can have celebration in every step of what you do, people should feel that when they talk to you, it's just a very good feeling. It's joyful. You're celebrating your wins, you're celebrating your weaknesses as well. And that is something which really helps to get influence. Okay, it's a very big catalyst. The fourth is the ability of decoration. So you should look really good. You know, this is one of the Nav Rasas. It's called Shringara. It's the mother of rasas. If you have dived a bit into Indian philosophy, you will understand Nav Rasas is something which helps you communicate better, and it's something which a lot of people use to basically have influence over other people. Okay, So Shringara is the mother of all rasas, where you know how to decorate yourself in a place where others, when they look at you, their heart should have a flutter. They should have a gasp of air. Okay, who am I looking at? Okay, that should happen. So if you have that, this further catalyzes yourself towards having influence. Shri Krishna was somebody who had Shringara. People used to look at him and fall in love with him. So that is how you should be. Okay, so this is kind of the combo pack which gives us the power of influence and gives us the power to have power in society. This I share with you not because I want to teach you something or something like that. It's simply me as a friend sharing these things with you because I personally am learning all of this as well. And I want that we as MBA students, MBA aspirants can get to a level really where we can impact, make big strides in humanity, impact big, and do great things for the greater good. To do all of that, we need to be the people who should hold the power, command influence, and do big things. That is all. That is all my reason to share these videos. Okay, so that's for this video. It has been extremely interesting for me to research this and make this video. How did you like this? Do you want more videos like this? If yes, comment below in the comment section. And otherwise, I'll meet you in the next video. Namaskaram. See you again.